Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Drew Heppner of Rochester Adams Football. How's it going?
It's going good. How about you?
Doing well. It's been quite the year for you. Coming off a pretty good football season, pretty good senior year. What have you been up to since, I know the track season's all over, graduation's done, everything's all set. But what has this year been like for you? And what have you been up to?
Well, this whole year's been a lot of training, just on the field, off the field. Obviously, football season, practice every day. Summer before that, lifting every day, and then in the winter time, just been lifting, getting ready for college, finding where I want to go. Committed to Michigan Tech in January, so after that was set, pretty much been training for that ever since then.
Yeah. Okay, so kind of talk about this football season. I know it's been, it was a pretty good one, for you guys.
hmm
A lot of guys, that did a lot of things. So, but just like describe like what this year's been like for you guys. What this year was like.
It was a lot of fun. Obviously, I've been playing with most of these guys since we were third, fourth grade, with the youth league in our area, and guys like Brady, a couple of our linemen, Parker Bolash. I've known Rhino pretty much my whole life, so it was just a lot of fun getting closer with those guys, hanging out every day, and working hard together, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Um, okay, so let me ask you this.
Mhm.
Um, what position did you play for people that may not know?
Well, I kind of played. Um, we like to say that I played offense and I played defense. Because I was kind of all over the field. Offense, I was mostly a slot receiver or a running back. But then on defense, I was either outside backer, strong safety, or a corner. And then I also long snapped and kick returned.
So you never stepped off the field.
Nope, kickoff was my only break this year.
Yeah. Is it, I know there's a lot of people it's like I never stepped off the field. What is that like to just be on the field at all times?
I mean, it's awesome. Get to run around, compete, do what you love. I love every minute of it. Um, so it was a lot of fun. I mean, it is kind of tiring, but that's what conditioning's for. So I loved it personally. It's a great experience. Great to know all the position. Makes you a better all around athlete and more knowledgeable about the game too.
Yeah. Okay. So best moment from your football career.
Uh, that's a tough one. I've had a lot of good moments. Um, Probably this year's game versus Oxford. Um, okay, we were kind of struggling the first half, and then we came right out of halftime. I ripped off an 80-yard touchdown run. First play out of halftime that kind of kickstarted our offense, and we got it going. So that was probably a top moment for me.
Yeah. Um, your time playing football at Adams has, a lot of big games, a lot of big wins. Is there anyone that like stands out to you?
Um, Let me think. I'd say hmm, this year. I'll stick with this year, senior year. A big one was the Stevenson game, week 9, I believe. Yeah, week 9. It was pretty much if we didn't win, we might have still made the playoffs, but it wasn't so sure. But if we won it, we were guaranteed into the playoffs, and so that was a big game for us, and we knew that coming in. So it was good to be able to win that one. That was fun.
Okay. Okay, I
Hmm.
must ask this. I always ask this. What's on Drew's playlist before a game?
Okay. Well, it's a big mix. First song is always "Till I Collapse" by Eminem.
Okay.
Um, that's been my song since 8th grade. I've listened to that before every game. And then it switches around a little bit, but I have some Metallica on there. Um, I got what else do I have? Yeah, a lot of heavy metal, kind of get my mind like ready to go get people, and stay aggressive out there. And then Yeah, I listen to some motivational stuff on YouTube too.
Okay.
That's on the car ride there.
Yeah. Best what will you remember most about your time playing football at Adams?
Uh, Probably all the people that I've been around. Uh, once again, like since we were younger, all the teammates I've made lifelong friends with, and connection I've built. Like guys like Brady, who we were lifting partners since eighth grade, until he left me to go to Michigan. But it's okay, I forgive him. Um, and then Brady, Parker, Bolash. He was our left guard. He was really good. He's solid for us. Been one of my good friends since we were younger too. Rhino, obviously, I've been close with Bino when we were younger because I always played with Bino, and then this year really growing that connection with Rhino because he's the guy throwing me the ball. We were trained together, run routes. It was a lot of fun. So all the guys last year, the Picos, Parker and Tate. Um, it's just been great knowing all them.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of fun names. Beano, Rhino, Flip. They're
Yeah,
well, actually, they're all related. So,
yeah, they're a
um,
great family.
absolutely.
Mm.
And of course, Beano and Rhino have been on this podcast before. So,
Yep.
um, okay, so going in from football to track, you didn't do any winter sports, correct?
No,
Okay, so what was this track season like for you?
this track season was a lot of fun. Oh, hold on.
There we go.
Are you there? Okay.
Yep.
Sorry about that. Um, this track season was a lot of fun. We lost a lot of guys last year. Demarcus Rouse was a big Parker Olowski. Demarcus is at Davenport now. Parker's at Tulane running. So we lost those guys, some other core guys. Our whole sprint relay, I was our only returning starter on both of our sprint relays this year. So it was kind of like unknown what we were gonna do, but it was a lot of fun. Um, Once again, I got closer with some people who I don't usually talk to that much outside of track. Um, and then we three-peated league championship, we three-peated regional championship, um, and didn't break any school records this year, but we still ran good, made it to states for the 4x2, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Best moment from track season.
Probably regionals again this year. It came down to the 4x4, our last event, and we needed to get third, and they threw me in at the anchor because our anchor got hurt. And I've only run the 4x4 once before. It was earlier this year, first meet, and then they took me out, and then I was back in at regionals. We needed to get third, and then we ended up getting third to win it all by 1 point against Troy High. So that was definitely a big moment. It was a lot of fun.
Okay. Okay, so we kind of talked about you kind of summed up your year, but one more question about that. Going like, graduating, all that stuff. Did you ever think that day would come?
Graduation?
Yeah.
Um, Not really until about halfway through this year. Like track season started, and I was like, "Oh wait, I'm almost done. Like this is kind of it." And then actually at graduation ceremony went really well. It was pretty short too, so that was nice. But I don't know. It still really hasn't sunk in too much that I'm done. I don't know when it will, but yeah.
Okay. So what's next? So we talk about what's next. Do me a favor, lower your camera a little bit. Um, oh yeah, we got the Adams football shirt. And then of course the flag behind you is
Michigan Tech.
where you're heading.
Yep.
Um, you're heading up to the good old UP to Michigan Tech to
Hmm.
continue your football career. I always like to ask this, why Tech?
Um, well, first off, what really sold me was the coaches. They've showed me a lot of love since I was a junior. The guy who recruited me is the defensive coordinator. I'm not playing defense, but he just recruits the area. He's been super communicative and very friendly and nice, and just always checks in on me and stuff. So coaches really sold me. And then I went up to a game, and the campus is beautiful. I love the woods and outdoors and skiing stuff like that. So it just kind of, the combination of the coaches and the campus sold me up there.
Yeah. Are you kind of because you talked about this as well. I mean, you've been pretty busy running, doing a lot of things. You're doing workouts that they're sending you. I know you won't report until a few months from now, but you're also running your own camp.
Hmm.
What made you decide to do that?
Well, uh, one of our good family friends reached out to me and asked if I could train their son, like lift train, strength train, speed train, their son and a couple of his friends. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to do that. And then I was like, well, where can I build up this? I want to coach when I'm done playing. I want to coach either college, pro, or whatever I can. And and I coached middle school wrestling for the past 3 years. I've done baseball training, stuff like that. Because I used to play baseball, I used to wrestle. And so I was just like, well, I've helped out with my brother's football team, my little brother. And so I was like, well, where can I go from this? How can I help train kids, get people ready for football and stuff like that? So I decided a couple weeks ago, I was like, yeah, I want to run my own camp. So it just kind of stemmed from there. I have one of my friends helping me out, and it's been going great.
Yeah. Yeah, not many people would do that your age.
Mhm.
Um, so you talk about do you what do you want to do after college? You mentioned you want to go into coaching. You want to be in the school or what do you want to do?
Yeah, so Michigan Tech has a coaching minor available. So I'm going to major in business management. I'm going to minor in coaching, and then I'll GA either at Tech or somewhere else, and just see where I can get my foot in the door from there.
Absolutely. Um, all right. Let's ask you let's get to know you a little bit, Drew. How about that?
Okay,
Okay, there's only one way to do that. The annual 10 burning questions, of course, brand new this year. I know you're not playing high school this year, but we'll still ask it to you anyway.
sounds
Um,
good.
do you feel like you can get more things done in the morning or at night?
Um, Probably in the morning. I'm more of a morning person, but I can stay up late too. I'm really both. But in the morning, I have all my energy. My friends make fun of me because I wake up and I'm like bouncing off the walls. So, um, probably in the morning.
How many do you consume any cups of coffee or anything?
No caffeine.
No caffeine. You're just
No
that
caffeine. Yep.
okay.
I just wake
Okay.
up ready to
Full
go.
full context. What time?
8:30.
That's not.
Body.
That's
Yeah.
not.
Body clock. Body clock wakes me up around 8:30 every day.
Yeah.
So,
There's no such
mhm.
thing as sleeping in. That's sleeping in for a lot of people.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um. Okay. What's the hardest class you've ever taken?
Oh, probably pre-calc.
Okay.
That one was rough.
Okay.
Junior year
What?
too.
Yeah. What is a food you will never eat?
Oh, that's a great question. Probably, um, my cousin once ate fish eyes. I don't know if I could ever do that.
Yeah, that's that. That's that kind of seems like something that Fear Factor would do. If
Yeah,
you remember the old Fear Factor shows, right?
yeah,
It kind of seems like that. It's like, okay, you must eat this. If you do, you're gonna be in. Okay, all right.
yep.
Um, what's the biggest thing that people don't understand about high school football?
Um, it's a lot harder than uh, it's a lot harder to get playing time than you would think. Like you got to earn everything you get and everything you do. So
Yeah.
it's not as easy as it looks.
Well, remember, nothing is ever owed to you except taxes
Yeah,
from Uncle Sam. So,
exactly.
um, okay, what's the biggest thing on your bucket list right now?
Biggest thing on my bucket list. Hmm. I wanna learn how to hunt. 'Cause I'm going up to tech, so I'd
I
say that's up
mean,
there.
it's kind of a requirement to do that when you go out there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, this should tie into this. Let's say let's say I took your phone away for a day. You think you could survive or no?
I'd be fine.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
I thought after you answered that last one.
Yep.
Um, Okay, rank your okay, we kept this one from last year. Rank your top five fast food dining casual restaurants. So like yes, Chipotle, Qdoba, and all those count,
All right.
and all restaurants count too. And
All
one being
right.
the best, five being, I like it, but there's four ahead of it.
Okay. Um, fast foods or just any restaurant?
I said any restaurant, but
Okay. All right. Got it. Sorry.
you're on.
Um, number one would probably be there's a place in downtown Rochester called Hibachi House. It's a
Okay.
Japanese steakhouse. They cook right in front of you. That's got to be number one. It's so good.
I've always wanted to do like having food cooked right in front of you.
Yeah,
That's
it's
gotta be
sweet.
like, it's kind of like something that you would like go for like your birthday or something.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely a birthday only kind of special occasion kind of thing, but
Absolutely. Or unless
it's
you
really
want
good.
to, well, unless you're having a night out or something.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah. So that's number one. Um, number two, I'd say I gotta go Chipotle. It's really good. You can't really go wrong. Chipotle or Qdoba. I'll group them together because they're kind of the same thing.
You can't group them
I
together.
can't group them together.
You
All
could if you
right.
wanted to, but people don't usually do that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
obviously it's like you're a Chipotle guy or you're a Qdoba guy.
I
Okay,
can't be
but are
both.
you okay? Another question: Are you a bowl guy or a burrito guy?
Burrito all day.
Okay, all right,
Mhm.
all righty then.
Yeah.
What's three?
Three. Let me think. There's a place also kind of over me. It's called Half Day Cafe. It's like a lunch spot, breakfast spot. It's really good. So I'll say
All
that's
right,
three.
all right.
Mhm.
Four.
Four. Um, okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but a lot of my family's from Iowa.
Okay,
So my favorite pizza place in the world is in Iowa. It's called Happy Joe's. It's right in Clinton, right on the nose of Iowa. So if you ever for some reason in Clinton, Iowa, go to Happy Joe's Pizza. It's
okay.
so good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Hmm.
I've never been to the state of Iowa. I really want to
Hmm.
one day, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not just all corn. It's really nice. So
yeah, yeah. It's not just cornfields in Iowa. There is a lot
hmm
of corn there, but
yes, there is, but it's not all there.
yeah.
That's not
And
always there.
what's five?
Five. Mm, I'll go. I'll say Culver's.
Okay.
The solid option.
If we've learned anything from your top five, Drew, remember to support your local businesses.
Yep, exactly.
Um, okay, what is the proudest accomplishment you've ever had?
Ooh. Sports or just life?
Anything.
Okay. Um, honestly, kind of this camp because I've always wanted to coach stuff like that and do stuff like that. So kind of running my own thing has been I'm proud of myself for doing that. So
Okay.
definitely one of them.
Um, okay, who is someone that you would be starstruck if you met them?
Peyton Manning.
Okay.
He was my favorite player growing up. I actually have a signed picture. I don't know if you can kind of see it. It's like
I
right
see
where
it.
my
Yeah, I
finger
do
is.
see it. Yep.
Yeah, my dad used to know a guy who worked for the Broncos, and he got that picture sent over for me. It says to Drew, all my best, Peyton Manning, and it's a signed picture of him. So I always wore 18 when I was younger because of Peyton Manning. So
That's awesome.
mm,
Uh, it's also kind of resemblance of the number that you chose because
hmm
there's always a story behind it. It's not
yeah,
like numbers do matter. Uh,
hmm
okay, and the final one is if you could tell your younger self something, what would you tell young Drew?
um, keep your head up and keep going. Just work hard and don't let don't let too much outside noise affect you.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, Drew, thank you so much for coming on here and talking with us. And best of luck at Michigan Tech. And we'll have you
Thank
on
you.
again sometime.
All right, cool. Thanks for reaching out.